since like I believe we had a technical difficulty. We apologize for that. Um, but welcome to the Havana Lounge podcast. I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend of Bone Thugs and Harmony. Krayzie Bone is with me tonight. Once again, I apologize for our technical difficulties. We worked it out. Obviously, we're here. We're back. It's Thursday, just a bit after 7 p.m. I'm sorry about that, bro. And so we're back. I'm your man, Mellow Man Ace. This is Krayzie Bone. And I got my man Concrete in the house. Yeah, Primo's in the house. I got my man Exposure in the house. And his little bro, Atomic, is in the house. So we're gonna get ready. Let's kick this thing back off. We touched on before the error here. We were talking about the importance of the privatized prisons and the I wouldn't call it stupidity, but the ignorance of our people when we come into the music business and we expect, the party and the hoes and the money and the whole thing, but there's a bigger monster there, right? When you first came in the game, did you know it already coming in?
No, we didn't know nothing. Like we didn't know, like and that's the trap because like you get these desperate young kids coming off the streets. You know what I'm saying? That's willing to do and sign anything because they have nothing, so they're gonna sign it. Just like I tell people all the time, there's no way in hell we wouldn't sign that deal with Eazy-E. I don't care if he was taking all our money. We about to sign this deal.
Yeah.
Because our situation in Cleveland was we was dirt bottom. So it's like, hell yeah, we about to sign this deal. We don't care what people saying about Eazy. We about to sign this deal and do what we got to do. We'll come up from there. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's where like we all, what I'm saying, we get taken advantage of because, we come in, not knowing the business and desperate, and by the time we figure out what's going on, we already in debt.
The game's been played.
You know what I'm saying? We in debt. We owe, millions of dollars, they say, to the record label. You know what I'm saying? So now that's why, I'm so serious now about bridging the gap between the younger and older generation, because if we don't get to them and give them our gems, the cycle is just going to continue. And this is why they want to keep us. This is why they want that beef going on between the younger and older generation, because they know we ain't washed up. They know we smart enough to know what we supposed to have and deserve now. So they don't want to deal with us no more. They rather deal with the young cats that don't know, so they can play this game all over again and keep this cycle going. But you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get at these young cats. Like, no, this cycle needs to be broken at some point.
Absolutely. Gems like this, free of cost, for my man Krayzie Bone, man. That's some of the things that we build on frequently around my way. Knowing where all the traps are. But again, like he said, once we figured out the traps where they were, the game has already been played. And I myself have been victim of that right there myself. Sometimes you might even get the whole package with the greedy manager who took you for your advance money, or whether it was concerts or contractual, or sometimes you even get the whole package where, you know what I'm saying, you end up in debt to the record company so far that you got to just keep creating and putting out records even though your heart ain't in it. And that's something that we wanted to build on here today. I'm specifically when I knew Krayzie Bone was gonna come on, I knew that this was the type of conversation we were gonna have. He's a very deep brother, a deep thinker, and it's a pleasure and an honor to have him here tonight and shedding the knowledge, the wisdom, and understanding, and paying it forward to you guys as well. So with that said, man, I remember the letter that went around and circulated around the industry in the early '90s, right? Um, and it makes a lot of sense when you see what's going on with the landscape of the music game and how they try to tell us, okay, you're done at a certain age, and they want to tap into little man over here, put a skirt on him or whatever, whatnot, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And put some lipstick on. They just freaking the game out, just turning it inside out. And you know, so when these things happen, like I have a homeboy, right? And his little nephew, good looking kid, about 13 years old, right? My homeboy, I've known him for 37 years, high school. He asked me, hey, Mello, why don't you give my little nephew some advice about what to, you know, how to get in the game? And I said, well, look, I know you for 37 years. That's your little nephew. That's my extended little nephew. I'm going to tell him how I told my own son. I said, don't do this. Do something else. Go to school, get an education to help your family, because it takes a very strong backbone and thick skin if you're going to navigate through this, you know, and it's ugly. Especially now more than ever when they really pimping these kids out, you know what I'm saying, and turning them inside out. My question to you is, when you see, well, let me ask you this. Obviously, you've been at that part of the game, at this height of the game, where you see these things happen, right? When it came to you, how were you able to navigate through the wilderness and kind of push it off to the side?
Man, it's just I just always been a realist. You know what I'm saying? I never let the celebrity or the fame or like none of the money like blind me to what was really going on. I always kept the attitude to where like these people only fucking with me because I'm crazy, bro. They don't know nothing else about me. They only like these girls are only screaming because of what you're doing. Like, and when you put that in perspective and you don't let that shit go to your head, like it's just like, okay, if I was just a normal dude, it wouldn't be like this. So I'm gonna use this blessing that I got while I can use it, and I'm gonna stay focused. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay focused. Like I was led astray many times, but it's just like getting back on track and just keeping that focus, man. Because it's like it ain't really about all that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like once you learn it, and once I got in the game and I seen how people act, and I seen how people treat people that have money opposed to the way they treat people that don't have money, and it's just crazy. It was like, man, I tell people this story. Like Eazy-E took us out to eat lunch one day. I think it was somewhere. He took us out to eat, and we went inside the place, and a homeless dude came in there. He knew who Eazy was. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we had just came out, and he was like, "Oh man, I love you. Y'all got a couple hours, you know what I'm saying, like for some food." And the manager came in there and was like, "I told you not to come here, get the hell out of here." Kicked him out, you know what I'm saying? And then when it was time for us to pay for our food, the manager was like, "Oh man, I'm a big fan. Everything was on me." I'm like, damn, bro, like, dude just asked for some food, like he was hungry, but you wouldn't give it to him. But we could pay for everything in here, but you would give it to us, but you wouldn't give it to him. So man, I was just looking, like putting all that in perspective of like, this shit is really fake. People really being fake just because of who we are, you know what I'm saying? So I just always kept that in mind, man. Just knew that like none of this shit is real. You know what I'm saying? You do this to take care of your family, take care of your people, and you treat it as a job. Like a lot of people get in here and they let that shit go to their head, the fame go to their head, and they end up crazy. They end up just man. You see people out here today. You know what I'm saying? They done lost their sales in that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't even really worth it.
True indeed. So you got that part early.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Early.
Definitely.
Early in the game. Early in the game, man. That's a great. I guess that answers her question over there. So you understood the dynamics of what it was early. For me, I went through a lot of the you know, this one and that one, uh, executives that were fugazi, for lack of a better word. On my second album tour press run, one of the guys, one of Capitol Records comes on to me, and you know, in a gay fashion, which I'm cool with gay people. I've worked with gay people all over the industry, makeup artists from Soul Train to Arsenio Hall and all these other things. But I never had a problem with that, except when it came directly at me, and because of it, because of the fact I said no to it, my second album gets shelved for a year, you know, and things of that nature. So it started back then, you know what I'm saying? Y'all came in the game at what year?
Like 94.
94, right? So it was already popping like that in 91, 92, when that letter surfaced or went around to those people of you know, the gatekeepers, if you will, of the game. And so that goes from way back then. And I often listen to my brother, Professor Griff of Public Enemy's podcast, as well as yours, to get the dynamics of the jewels that are being dropped. You know, I'm trying to masticate these things and understand, you know, why I'm built the way I'm built. You know what I mean? And why I'm such a firm believer in the independent artist, me, as opposed to the record company, me. Right? So for you as an artist, you prefer, well, I mean, there's a downside, and maybe you'll know where I'm going with this. You prefer being an indie artist or being on the record company?
Man, I prefer being an independent artist. You know what I'm saying? I really do, even though it's more work. I mean, but you know, it really wasn't that hard because, like, thankfully, like, by us going through the mainstream system, we accumulated our fans. Like, we established our fan base, and like, so now, like, being independent really works because they don't follow us like when we tell them to go. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how we've been able to sustain. Like, we do concerts all year round, like sold out shows, arenas, clubs, like whatever it is. Like, we still do it, and we ain't had an album out in almost 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, so and that ain't just in America. That's all over the world. So like, we was able to lay down the foundation that keeps us going, like the Temptations or the OJs or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like that's a blessing in itself to be able to like have that longevity and move like that. For real.
True indeed. Yeah, I've often felt the same thing. When your core fan base follows you away from the record company, you know, and then the record company ends up folding.
Exactly.
In going to chapter 7, right?
Exactly.
And you last longer than the record company, and that's a trip because my 15 minutes should have ended a long time ago, but because the core fan base has followed me this far, you know, I turned it into 33 years. And sometimes you look up and you'll lose a decade, you know, if you're not paying attention or watching the game close. 10 years ago by like this in the industry, and you're like, God damn, I got 25 years in the game already. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is, man. I appreciate you dropping the jewels, man, bringing forth the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and teaching the next generation what's really going on with what we do. So that for those of you, you know, if you're young, you got children, you watch, you got children that want to be entertainers. You know, there's a lot to this. There's a lot to it than just learning how to rap or singing a nice song. And these are the things, these other variables are where you really need to spend more time focusing on to understand, getting the knowledge and the wisdom before you get into a position of being able to, you know, move and shake in the game. Wouldn't you agree?
I definitely.
My dog. Tell me this, man. What has been your most difficult obstacle as a person, away from the group, right? Has it been whether in the game, but away from the group, or yourself? Any difficulties like understanding certain aspects of life, maybe the relationship thing, or maybe the being a father thing. That what has been the most difficult area for you to grasp?
Man, the most difficult for me, that would be you know that saying they have when they say just letting go and let God. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's something that I've been trying to do. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, when you've been on your own since 16. You know what I'm saying? Been on the streets homeless and been on your own since 16. Had to fight and hustle and scratch and you like scrape for everything. It's kind of hard to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like especially when you're responsible for so many people. Like not just me and my household, but my extended family back in Cleveland. It's just like, what I'm saying, it's just a lot. So that's just something I've been battling with because, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, that's where I want to find myself in peace at with God, you know what I'm saying, and just giving it all back to Him for all the blessings He gave me, you know what I'm saying.
I can dig it. Yeah, for me, I mean, I'm a refugee, Afro-Cuban. We still have family out there that we have to take care of and stuff like that. So I definitely understand what it is with you. Cleveland, Ohio is definitely in the house, yes?
Oh yeah, for
Sure
sure.
indeed. What part of Cleveland y'all from?
East side.
East side. The east side.
St. Clair, Glenville area.
Okay. I remember when I first came in the game, there was a cat named Shango. You ever heard? The only rapper from Cleveland.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That we ever, before
yeah.
y'all
Yeah,
was Shango. You know him?
Yep.
You know Shango?
You heard of him,
Yeah. Yeah, I remember he had a hot record one summer. I want to say that it was either 89 or 90 in there. He had a record that was bubbling. Enough respect to him wherever he may be. Most definitely. So you guys grew up right there where the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is at, basically.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, 10 minutes from that. It's like 10, 15 minutes from the hood.
Is that right?
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
And what does it feel like knowing that maybe one day you'll end up in there?
Man, it's cool. I mean, that's definitely a that's definitely an accolade to have. You know what I'm saying? Where all the greats go. So I mean, if it happened, that's dope for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The man, a few words on that one right there. Very humble cat. I'm fucking with him, rocking with him. Tell me this: is the competition in Cleveland? Is it the fact that I mean, out of all the MCs and rappers that there must be in Cleveland, the only ones I've heard of is y'all and Shango. Now, why is that? Do you think it's just because there's not a lot of limelight focus on Cleveland? What is it? The breaks? People ain't getting the breaks, the right breaks and
Yeah, man.
discoveries.
Man, it's all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's because like if you like everybody that has had to make it from Cleveland or Ohio had to leave to make it. Like everybody, Holly Berry, Terrence Howard, like all these people that's from Cleveland, they all had to leave. LeBron James had to leave to win a championship.
Right.
Although he came back, we had to leave. You know, so we had to come here. Like so, it's like, and there's so much talent coming from there. It's just it's just not no outlets there. And that's actually what I'm working on now. It's like you put an outlet there so people, you know what I'm saying, like feel like they have somewhere to be heard. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So that's what I'm trying to do now. But yeah, man,
You working on something out there? Like,
oh yeah.
is it a project? Can you talk on it? Or is it a little too early?
No. What I'm doing is I'm going to have my record label based there. You know what I'm saying? Like so people can feel like they ain't gotta go to LA or go to Atlanta. It's going to be something here where you can be heard. You can, you know what I'm saying? This your first stop here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's because man, there's so many artists in Cleveland. You know, so we got Machine Gun Kelly. We got Kid Cudi. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cats come from there. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like it's so long in between time from when people come out. It's just like it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and you would think, being that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is there, that more talent would be found in the backyard of the damn place,
Exactly.
right? I've often found that dynamic to be real messed up, man, for local talent in that area, in that demographic. Uh, Also in places like Detroit, you know what I mean? Well, ever since Motown, you know,
Exactly.
shit like that, man. That's what it is, man. Tell me this, man. You know, I've seen you guys over the years. You probably know my people, Cypress Hill, better than we. I don't think we've ever met aside from the first time I met you at the Wire Lounge. We were doing a show. What you know? I'm sure you got the whip, the money, the thing, the house, the thing. What is your favorite aspect of what you do? Is it the creation part?
Man, yeah, oh yeah, most definitely. I always tell people, like, you know what I'm saying, like all the accolades that come with it, bro. Like that's it's cool, but you know, like what satisfies me is when you get the fans come telling you that your music saved their lives, or you know what I'm saying, they was on the verge of committing suicide. Our music stopped them from doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's worth more than any platinum plaque, Grammy award, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And like the whole like I tell people all the time, like the most fun part of this is actually performing, doing the shows, and creating the music because that's all part of the creative process. All that other bullshit, the business, that should make you hate it. You know what I'm saying? That should make you hate. That should make you hate what you do. That's why you gotta stay focused and not let money and all these material things overshadow the love that you have for the actual craft and art because you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like that's why so many artists come out and their first album is dope, but then their second album, you're like, what the hell happened? That's because they caught up in their fame and they got all this material stuff and they out being a celebrity and not focusing on their craft. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Dropping it, dropping anvil cases of knowledge nuggets in the place to be. True indeed, the legend. Now you guys won the Grammy.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
What year was that?
It was
95.
Yeah, we won one in '97 for Crossroads, and I won one with Chameleon for that Riding Dirty song.
Hey, my man, the Grammy Award winner is in the building. The multiple Grammy Award winner is in the building. Krayzie Bone, man, dropping the gems. Um, what's going on in terms of shows? You know, I know a lot of concerts got canceled during COVID. You got some things in the works now, the group?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We working with the homie Big Snoop, Uncle Snoop's Army. You know what I'm saying? We work with the same people he worked with. You know?
Bobby D and them?
Yeah, Big Bobby D. We getting ready. I mean, we about to be going with Snoop a lot. You know what I'm saying? We about to be out there with him a lot at the end of this year. Next year's gonna be crazy, but like starting next month, we back on the road like 2019, like for real. We back that strong. So,
That's what's up.
yes, indeed.
You remember where you're going?
Yeah, we start off in Michigan.
Detroit, Michigan, get your tickets.
Michigan and then Chicago. So yeah, we start off
Chi-Town. Yeah.
Start off two bangers for real.
Chi-Town, get your tickets.
Yeah.
My man is coming to town. Don't fuck around. True indeed, man. This is a question that I'm sure a lot of people want to know. You come in the game with Eazy. Did y'all fall under that whole Jerry Heller got the money thing as well as a group?
Yeah. I mean, when we came in, Jerry Heller was there, but then like when we started working on, after our first EP, Creeping on the Come Up came out, we was about to start working on our album Eternal, and you know that's when we noticed Eazy wasn't coming around like a lot, and then you know like we was out here, you know we was out here like staying in hotels and like he would disappear. We would call him like, yo, man, we ain't got no money out here. Like we broke as hell. Like if you gonna have us in hotels like Starbucks, like just send us back to Cleveland, so at least we can hustle. So he was like, no, I want to meet with y'all. And he came to meet with us, and he had that same vanilla folder that was in that movie.
Yeah.
He had that same folder, like, and he was like, yo, I just need y'all to like chill out because I'm about to make some moves. I'm about to clean house. I gotta clean the house. He showed us like proof what was going on. Like he showed us like I gotta get rid of people. You know what I'm saying? And Jerry Heller was one of those people. And and he was like, I just need y'all to ride with me because what I'm doing, y'all are a big part of that plan. And he was like, cool. That's all you had to do is let us know what's going on.
Yeah.
And after that, you know what I'm saying? A few weeks, a few months went by after that, and he stopped coming around all along. After he got rid of Jerry Heller and everything, like he stopped, and then everything just got strange, and we didn't see him. And then like attorneys called us to the office, and they paying us. They giving us our royalty checks, and we like, how come Eazy ain't here giving us the checks? And they didn't tell us what was going on. So we got our checks and moved back to Cleveland. And next thing I know, I'm at home. I'm watching the news, MTV, and the dude come on and say Eazy-E is in the hospital with full-blown AIDS. I'm like, so that's how I find out. I'm back home in Cleveland, and I see it on MTV News. I'm calling people back here. I'm calling like the homies back here. They like, yeah, man, we at the hospital now. And I was like, yo, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we was around for the whole Jerry Heller thing, man. When Eazy first let him go and everything. Like it was tense.
Hectic times.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. It was real wild.
Man, you're an Indians fan?
Oh yeah.
Cleveland Indians fan?
All day, yes indeed.
Tell me this, man. Having a great conversation here, man. Is there anything that you feel you have left out there that you need to go back and finish?
Man, I mean,
Is there a solo project in the computer sitting there that you know got some bangers in it?
oh man, oh yeah, I got a few projects that I'm slating them to be released now, so yeah, those coming. But yeah, no, I mean everything that I want to do, I'm in the process of doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like so, I made up my mind like during this quarantine. I'm like, I'm not about to sit back and bullshit no more. Every idea I got, I'm about to go for it, like for real.
True indeed. True indeed, man. Same here, man. It seems like it just wake up to go get it, you know,
Exactly.
to manifest some things. Something. Some days I don't know what it is,
Exactly.
but we're gonna manifest something.
Got to.
You know,
For real.
that's the good part of life. You get to start over every day, you know. And if you're blessed to see another day, and you're strong-willed, man, start over tomorrow morning and get it right.
Exactly.
What does a day in the life of Krayzie Bone look like in terms of, you know, on an hour? You get up at 7, you're in the gym by 8, you know, back by 9, you writing by 10. How does that day look?
Man, it's so crazy because like my days they vary. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a night person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm a night person, but it's like I go to bed late and I'm up early though. You know what I'm saying? Like, because to me it ain't enough hours in the day to do everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm staying up late trying to do shit, and I gotta wake up, which I know ain't good because you need sleep. But you know, it's like, man, sometimes I just like I get up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I get up. You know, gotta get my head right as soon as you get up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get your head right. You know what I'm saying? And then like you just think about what I have to do. Usually it's like a few phone calls. I get up, I read a couple scriptures every morning. You know what I'm saying? Then I get up, I go to the gym, do a little workout, and then after that, it's just like I'm out just like running the errands, man, just doing stuff like usually working on music, and all. You know, I have a clothing line. I got a cannabis brand. I got, you know what I'm saying, like working on this Bone movie that we're trying to get done. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of things I'll be trying to get done in the day. Like I said, ain't enough hours in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name of the cannabis line?
Leaves Legend.
Leaves of Legends.
Yeah, Leaves of Legend.
You heard it here first. Or second, you heard it first on his podcast. True indeed, man. Tell me this, you know, it's 5 of y'all in the group, right? Now, who makes the beats?
Man, so that was DJ Unique. DJ DJ Unique did that. You know what I'm saying? Like Eazy took us around to like a lot of different producers when we first got out here. You know, first stop we went to, we went to Yellow Boy.
Yeah.
He did For the Love of Money. You know what I'm saying? We was rocking with that.
Big record.
Then we went to Rhythm D. He gave us a song we did called Down for My Thing. And then when he took us to DJ Unique, like the vibe was just so cool. Like we went to Unique and like we had ideas for our tracks. So we hummed the harmonies and melodies to him, and he like came back with the beat exactly how we envisioned it, and like we never stopped messing with it.
He did this. The thug is like his ball.
Everything, yeah.
He did that one.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, I could tell the vocals and the music ride each other, complement each other real well on that.
Yeah, yeah.
No doubt, man. No doubt. And Unique is an LA cat.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. In terms of endeavors, I think we covered that when you said you're working on some things. You got the line, the hat, the whole thing. You ever fuck with CBD flower?
Man, I never tried the flower. You know, I mess with the CBD oil. You know what I'm saying? But I never really tried the flower. Like, I don't know. I was just like, what if I want to smoke something I ain't getting high?
Yeah, but no. True indeed. Yo, let me tell you, man, the shit is nice, man. It's like, it's more of a body calming thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's what I heard.
I have some at the crib, and we're starting to come out with a line before COVID. And you know, it's, man, you light one up, you don't get the chinky eyes, and you don't get, you know what I'm saying? You don't get that hunger stuff, but you do feel relaxed like a motherfucker. And it's just like if you play sports, and let's say your back hurt, whatever, you know, you play ball, your knees a little tweaked, but you don't know what's going on. Smoke one of them, man. It'll put you right back in the game. Right back in the game, man. True indeed, bro.
Yeah, I got some at the house. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, and if not, just hit me. I got you.
So,
I got you. Is there anything you want to tell people, man, in terms of how they can find you and where they can get at you for business opportunities and things of that nature?
man, you can find me on Instagram, Krayzie_Bone, Twitter, I am Krayzie Bone, Facebook, Cray Jacket Boss. Yeah, man, pretty much that's what I'm saying. That's it on social media.
True indeed. A couple more things, man. How did you guys end up running into Eazy-E? Were they on tour?
No, bro. So,
how did that happen?
no, bro. So it was we was in Cleveland. Like we always been fans of NWA. You know what I'm saying? Like we was like, I mean, we was raised off of New York rap, but when NWA and them came out, we took more to what they were doing and saying because that's how we was living on the streets of Cleveland. So they stood out to us. Like, I mean, everybody we came up off of us. So we were always like, when we get signed, we want to get signed by Eazy-E. So when all the beef and stuff happened and they all broke up, we were still adamant like we going to California, we get signed by Eazy-E. That was our whole thing. Like we was in Cleveland telling people that shit. Like when we come back here, we come back with Eazy-E and the video crew. And shit, man, we went out, came out here. We took one-way bus tickets out here. And the only reason we knew how to come out here because Flesh was out here going to school. And Flesh was like, yo, he called us one day, he was like, yo, man, I've been to so many parties out here, and every party I've been to, it was a celebrity there. If y'all come here and y'all rap for somebody, I guarantee y'all gonna make it. Because Flesh wasn't in the group at this time, he was going to school. So Flesh came back, we hustled up money to all get one-way bus tickets to come out here.
Yeah.
We didn't know where the hell we was gonna stay. I didn't know what to expect. I'm like, nigga, you finna go out here, the Bloods and Crips gonna kill us. It's a rap. We ain't gonna get it. We ain't gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
coming in with your loud ass colors in the wrong neighborhood.
Cause I'm like, nigga, we dressing just like them. I'm like, we got the Pendletons on, the beanies, the braids. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we get out here and we out here for a while, man, and like we doing everything. Somebody gave us the address to Tone Loc House. We walked to Tone Loc House, knocking the nigga door, longest bell. Like his manager came out, like we started rapping for his manager. Tone Loc poked his head out. He was smoking a cigar, poked his head out. You know what I'm saying? Like, who these niggas at my door? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But nothing came from that. And then so a person we was working with in Cleveland, he called us one day. He was like, "Man, I got the number to Rufus Records. Do y'all want it?" We're like, "Hell yeah, we want it." Like, so he gave us a number, and we started calling it every single day. Every single day we called it. And at the time, there was a girl named Keisha Anderson, our homegirl to this day. You know what I'm saying? She was like, "You know what? I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make sure Eric call y'all back. Y'all been calling here every damn day, getting on my damn. I'm gonna make sure he call y'all back today." So that day, like we sitting in the house and the phone rang and Busy answered the phone. And Busy was like, "Yeah, who was this?" He was like, "Oh, who?" He was like, "Hold on one second." And Busy threw me the phone and he was like, "Rap for him." I was like, "Who's this?" He was like, "That's Eazy-E." I was like, "Oh shit." I put the phone in my head and start rapping like da. Said the rap and Eazy was like, "Damn." He was like, "Who is this?" We're like, "Man, our name is Bone Thugs. We from Cleveland. We trying to get signed." And he was like, "Hold on one second." And he put the phone down. And then I heard him go into like another room. And then he was like, "Say that what you just said again." And he put the phone down, and I can hear people in the background. So I said the rap again, and then I heard people in the background like, "Oh shit." Later I found out it was Jerry Heller, it was BG Doc out there, and all.
Yeah.
So
That's dope.
so Eazy was like, "Yeah, so I got a show in Cleveland in 2 weeks." And then he was like, "I'm gonna call y'all back in 2 hours." So he hung the phone up, and the people we were staying with at the time, the girl left and locked the phone in her room. So like we in the house all day hearing the phone ring, like, "Oh man, we gotta keep this damn door down." But we couldn't because that was the only place to live. You know,
Right,
so
right.
we keep the door down, we're gonna be on the streets. So we was like, "You know what? We gotta get back to Cleveland to that show." So we called the dude that gave us the number, and we was like, "Yo, if we get back to Cleveland, could you get us an opening spot on the show?" He was like, "Done deal." So we hustled money to get back to Cleveland, open up the show for him. When he goes on stage and goes off stage, we blend in with him like we part of their entourage. And we make it backstage, but they cut us off from the dressing room. They're like, "Oh no, hell, who the hell is that?" So we outside the dressing room, and Yellow Boy walk out. And we're like, "Yo, man, can we rap for you?" And Yellow Boy like, "Sure, yeah, go ahead." So we start saying the rap that I said on the phone. And Eazy stuck his hand up like, "Yo, y'all the dudes I talked to on the phone?" We was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Shit, come on in here." We was like, "Oh shit." So we went in there, talked to him for a minute, and then he gave us a number to his hotel and the address. She's like, "Meet me at the hotel."
Yeah.
Went to the hotel, man, chopped it up with him. He was like, "So when y'all trying to leave and go back to Cali?" He was like, "Right now. So we ain't got nothing to take. We ain't got no clothes. We ready to go with you. If you got room, let's go." Yeah. He's like, "No. Y'all hit me in 2 days. I had y'all tickets back to LA." And then 2 days he had his bus tickets, came back out here, and we immediately went to the studio. As soon as he got here, he came pick us up, took us straight to the studio.
Amazing.
And that shit was crazy. It was wild.
Amazing story right there. I don't think I've ever heard such a story, man. You have to come here to go back to come back.
Yeah.
That's heavy. That's heavy, man. That's what's up, man. How you doing on time, man? I don't want to keep you too long. I'm bugging out on that story, man. So why did he pass you the phone? Why didn't he just handle the line?
I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking. He was just like, "Here, just rap."
Now, how long have all y'all known each other as a group?
Man, it's crazy. We've been together since like the 7th grade. Not even knowing, like, it's crazy because when we met each other, we didn't even know. Like I met Lazy and Flesh first. We didn't even know that our grandmothers grew up together and our parents grew up together. We didn't even know that when we first met each other until the first time our parents met each other, and they was like, "Charles, Pam," and then we was like, "Oh shit, they already know each other. This is crazy." So you know what I'm saying? Like, so, and we've been rocking since like the 7th grade. 7th grade, we started like rapping in the hallways. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know Flesh and Lazy was brothers. They used to do the beatbox, and I had a home economics class with Lazy, and English class with Flesh, and in both those classes, we used to sit in the back of the class and just do just be rapping in the class, and Lazy would do the beatbox in this class, and Flesh would do the beatbox in the other class. So I got the idea. I was like, yo, I got a nigga I want you to battle. He in my home ec class, and y'all should battle because he dope with the beatbox too. So I set the whole battle up and bring them together, and they're like, man, that's my damn brother. I'm like, oh, should I even know that? and from that day on, like we started rocking with each other. Like, we started rocking with each other.
The brothers is blood brothers.
Blood brothers.
Blood brothers.
Yeah, and Wishbone is their cousin.
Like that.
Yeah.
Golly, boy. Some things are just meant to happen, fam.
Definitely.
You know, things are just meant to happen, man. So, what is it, man? You a family man?
Oh yeah.
How many kids you got?
I got 9. Well, I got 10 kids all. I got 6 girls and 4 boys. Oh yeah. I got a team.
You got a basketball team and a
I got a team.
backup.
Squad.
Backup 5.
And all of them, every last one of them can sing or do music.
Do you encourage
Not at all.
them to get it done?
I didn't say nothing to them about it.
How old is your oldest one?
My oldest is 24.
Just doing something completely different than music.
Mm-hmm.
And how old is the youngest?
The youngest is 13.
13.
Yeah.
Is there any one little hard-headed one in there that said, "I don't give a hell what
Oh,
what you talking about? I'm going to follow your footsteps."
Yeah, all of them though. All of them. Like I didn't push it on none of them. And like they all just came to the terms themselves that they want to do music. I was like, I was hoping y'all wouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like this.
Now, when you do your solo stuff, do you bring some of them up with you?
But no, I haven't. But my sons have went on tour and I'll let them open up. You know what I'm saying? Like open up for us.
For Bone Thugs?
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful look, man.
Yeah.
Keeping it in the family. I mean, my son ultimated me one year. I forget how old he was. It was like I just got through a divorce with his mom. And one day he said, "I'm gonna do this whether you like the shit or not."
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that's real.
And he got a keyboard and a MIDI. He got a MIDI keyboard and some little fake ass computer that was half broken. Turned it into a record deal at Delicious Vinyl.
Yeah.
I had to rock with it, man.
Yeah.
Enough respect to him.
For real.
Man, let's talk a little bit about influences. Being from Cleveland, you out there with a lot of heavy bands, funk bands in the '70s. Ohio is producing.
Yeah.
Zap is producing Ohio players and so many gifted, talented musicians and bands. Who are some of your personal influences coming up?
Man, all of them, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the person that got me like wanting to do music, period, was Michael Jackson. Which I was sitting back, I saw Michael Jackson on the Motown thing when he did the Billie Jean and he performed with his brothers. And I told my mother, like when I saw him perform, I was like, that's what I'm gonna do what he's doing on stage. She looked at me, she's like, oh yeah? I was like, yeah. She's like, okay.
She said, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, I was a big New Edition fan. You know what I'm saying? Like I was obsessed with New Edition. I was trying to put together a group like that. You know what I'm saying? But then one day, my brother brought home a cassette tape of the LL Cool J album, Radio, and he threw it on the bed. He was like, "What you know about that?" And I grabbed the tape and I went and put it in the cassette, and I never took that motherfucker out.
Yeah.
I played that shit like my mother used to hate that damn album because I played it over and over again. And then I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I want to learn the lyrics to the songs. So I started writing down his lyrics to the songs.
Yeah.
And then while I was doing that, I saw the format of how to write my own rap. And I was like, oh man, I'm gonna try to write my own rap. And man, I wrote one day and I just never stopped writing. Like since that day, I just kept writing. Like, just kept going.
And you still writing that same style to this day?
No, different style. Yeah, different. I done been through so many styles like from when I first started.
Yeah.
When they first started, that shit was whack.
Yeah.
It was cornball for real.
Yeah, no, you gotta grow. You definitely grow, but you sharpen and hone your skills along the way, and that's the beauty of that, man. Was there a lot of battles in Cleveland at that time?
Oh yeah.
Y'all had to battle a lot of motherfuckers.
Oh yeah. We always. I mean, me and Lane was no like it was it was me and Lazy at first. That's why I was Krayzie and Lazy, because it was just me and him at first. Like we had laid the whole foundation. We was in Cleveland doing all the talent shows, like going like just like getting our name out there. Everybody knew us as that little light skinned nigga and the dark skinned nigga. Everybody knew us like in the city, like because they were like the little niggas got flow. Because that was always our thing, like to have like continuous flow, not the twisting at that time, but just the continuous flow, just like non-stop. Like we never like to have pauses in our rhymes.
How did everybody end up with a Bone name?
Man, that's
how'd
like
that come about?
Yeah, that's just like the family name. At first, it used to be Bone Enterprise. It's something that Lazy had came up with, and he used to be Busy Bone, but he changed his name, and then before we came out to California, we dropped the Enterprise. We was like, man, see that shit corny. We dropped the Enterprise, and then we had a song called Thugs in Harmony, and Eazy was like, that should be your name, Thugs in Harmony, because y'all be harmonized. And we was like, dog, but Bone is the family name. That's our family name. He was like, then we call Bone Thugs in Harmony, and that's where the name came from.
Now your last name is Bone? Is that what you're saying?
No. Everybody in the group, like the Krayzie Bone, Lazy Bone, Busy Bone.
Okay, but when you guys came together as a unit, it's you and Lazy, right?
Yeah.
How does the other guys end up coming to you to join the situation and then changing their names into whatever Bone?
Well, Flesh, when we was in junior high, he would rap with us. But after we got out of school, he was doing the school thing. So he eventually came back though, like to get to the rap group. Wish was always around us, always hung around, but he was a nigga like he was more like the street nigga. I was doing like street shit, you know what I'm saying? Like and would come back like just to see what we was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he finally came in, you know what I'm saying? And then like we met Busy like in high school. We met Busy like later on in high school through Lazy's mom. So that's how we all came together. And but for a long time it was just me and Lay, and they were just supporting us. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then over time, you know what I'm saying? We just like now we a 5-man crew.
And Grammy Award winners.
Yes, indeed.
What was that like when you step up to the podium to say your speech and you know all the struggle and all the crunchy shit you'd have been through to get to that moment? How was that? How did that feel? I'm asking because I had never won a Grammy,
man.
So I want to know.
Yeah, man. It was really like I don't think it really like even hit us until like afterwards, and I mean like years afterwards, because like it was just like, you know, like we was we was just like just tripping like, man, when is this shit gonna be over? And they trying to get high, you know what I'm saying? We trying to smoke, you know what I'm saying? Like we wasn't even tripping off like none of that shit. Like we was just like there. I wasn't even gonna go, but the record company was like, no, you have to go. You have to go. Come on. I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool, man. Boy, we didn't really realize what that meant until years later, until we was like older, and we sat there like, damn, they want a damn Grammy. Like,
who got the Grammy? Where's it at?
Man, it's at the house.
Your house?
Yeah.
Or Busy house?
No, everybody got one.
Oh, everybody got their own one to take on. Ain't that something? All right. That's what's up, man. You love to hear that type of shit right there. Yeah. People, you've been chilling out with my man Krayzie Bone right here on the Havana Lounge podcast. I am your dude, Mellow Man Ace, man. It's been an utter pleasure for me to have this conversation with my man. Respect him so much, not just as an artist, but also as a father and a woke man, a very knowledgeable brother. By all accounts, when you watch his podcast, it's been a true blessing to have you here, brother. If you have any shout outs you want to give, I'm good. I think I'm good. I'm ready to, lay to sleep.
Question.
What's up? What's the question in the chat?
Damian Wiggin from the Bay is asking, when are you going on tour?
Who, me or
He said, when are both y'all going on tour?
Okay, the question in the chat room from Mr. Wiggins, I believe you're going on tour this month.
Yeah, June 12th, Michigan.
Detroit, Michigan. And me, I'll be on the golf course. I have some small little round-the-way things in terms of shows, but I'm not on any tour right now. But I do have a nice podcast, so I'm having fun with that. And the wine company is always a new thing for me. Whatever I go through with that, and like I said, I'm on the golf course a lot, so I'm having fun. And when those shows pop up, I will be there and let you know on my website. On my social media sites and all that type of shit. Brother, it's been an honor to have you, bro.
Yes, indeed, bro. Thank you.
I appreciate your time. So thank you for coming through. Make some noise. Show your love for my man, Krayzie Bone in the house. Concrete is in the house. We've been running crazy lately. Enough respect to you, bro. It's good to see you. For my man, Krayzie Bone, I'm Mellow Man Ace, man. Thank you for hanging out with us. Hang out with me again next Thursday when my guest will be Ice-T's DJ, the one and only DJ Evil-E will be in the place to be. Until then, in the words of the great Curtis Mayfield, your dream is your only scheme, so move on up, all right? Keep on pushing, people. Till next Thursday, I'm Mellow Man Ace, and I'm out of here. That's Krayzie Bone. Peace.